Hey everybody, Epic99 here with another sort of just a follow-up video of some of my experiences with Just Cause 4 on PS4 Pro. I just wanted to show you some of I wanted to follow up my other video. I posted a video the other day discussing some of my dissatisfaction with the graphical quality of the game. Not necessarily because I don't, graphics are not the most important thing to me, but I have issue when a company promotes a game a certain way, and then the graphics that they say the game has before it comes out are not in any way true to form of what the graphics look like in the actual game upon release. And so that's my qualm. I wanted to spend a little more time with Just Cause 4 before I fully reamed it out, and so I did that today. And I'll say a few positives first. The game is super fun. I love the series. I spent 50 hours playing Just Cause 3 because it's just fun to run around and do all this cool stuff. The physics-based stuff in this game world is hilarious and amazing, like these balloons that you can attach to trucks and stuff. This one, unfortunately, is a little too big to lift up into the air. I was trying it for a little while. But you can attach all these cool physics balloons and things to trucks and whatever you want, people, whatever. Fly them up into the air, and it's super fun to do that and to mess around with the physics, and you can attach to things, and you can eventually you get rockets, I guess, on your grappling hook. You do all sorts of fun stuff. Oh, that's amazing. I love all of that stuff. My problem is that the game just doesn't look like it's it feels like there's something wrong with it. Like it's not finished. It needed another pass of I don't know what. I don't know how games are built or made or work, but it just feels like it's not quite where it needs to be. So just delay it by a month. If people are gonna buy it, they're still gonna buy it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just work on it some more. Texture pop in really bad in this game, which I understand sort of because it's a big open world. That's fine. Okay, I'm cool with that. Texture quality, however, as we're gonna see a little bit later in this video, I'm not okay with just literally low resolution textures in a 2018 4K HDR video game. I am not okay with that, nor should the developers and producers and artists in this game be okay with that. So I'm going to show you an example of that here a little bit further in this video. I'll skip ahead a little bit to show off and talk about some of the things that I have some problems with. Here's a good example of some of the texture pop-in, especially in the foliage areas, like in the jungle. You can see the lighting is sort of popping in. You can see texture objects and items and articles in the world popping in. It's quite distracting as you're flying through this gorgeous-looking game world. And again, I don't mind it that much. I can deal with texture popping. There was an example of the parachute not loading properly quickly enough when I pushed X. So like I said, I'm okay with that. The motion blur is still a problem. When you spin the camera, this section right here looks great. I love the way that his clothes kind of flicker in the wind. The birds are flying around. The environment is expansive and beautiful. This part right here looks phenomenal. And everything looks great. It's when you get sort of closer into everything, the game sort of really starts to fall apart. And you can see a lot of pop-in happening here, a lot of texture pop, a lot of objects popping in and populating the game world. Again, I'm okay with that stuff. This part looks great. If you're zoomed out, it's cool. If you get really zoomed in, things start to really not look as good. Which is, again, to be expected in a big, massive open world game like this. So let's just kind of go down here and start this mission, and I want to show you one example of some of the shoddiness that I've been sort of talking about in these videos, which is not something I think should be allowed to happen in 2018 on a video game. So I started up this mission, and for this mission I had to go over to this cave and blow some stuff up. So I get over to this cave, and I'm taking out these bad guys. And I come across what I've been referring to colloquially as Jelly Rock, if the thing ever loads. Jelly Rock is a rock in this area, over here by this guy. You're going to see it undulating right now. What's going on with this rock? Please, someone explain to me what this rock is supposed to be. Clearly this is an unfinished object in the game world. You can literally see individual pixels in the art texture on that rock in this frame right here. It just looks awful, like PS1 quality texture work right there. Should not exist in 2018 in a AAA title from Square Enix. Shouldn't be there. Really distracting, really bad. And then watch what happens here in a moment when I sort of walk away from the rock. It's clearly glitched out. It's clearly not working properly. I just took a moment here to like post a screenshot to Twitter because I was like, what is this rock? Like, this is a perfect example of the problems that I'm having with this video game. So I'll skip ahead a little bit, a couple seconds. While I was doing the screenshot posting. And so then when I come back in here, you can see like come on, you can do it. This is just my video loading slowly. This is not the Just Cause 4 gameplay freezing or anything. I have to go back a little bit. You can see the rock. I'm just gonna let it play. You can see the rock is gonna kind of like undulate and move around. It's just really strange and weird. Hang in there. Just skip ahead. Use the scroll bar and skip ahead a little bit during this part in your own video stream there. I don't know what's going on here. All right, here. So watch this now. Like as I move away from the rock, it's like changing shape, and the polygon is getting all out of whack, and it's just clearly not working. And you know, this object is quite clearly broken, and yeah. So that is an issue to me with this game. And then as I went a little further ahead in this mission, here you go. Here's Jelly Rock in action, full Jelly Rock action for you. Let's go, Jelly Rock. Come at me, Jelly Rock. Show me what you got, buddy. Show me what you got. Sorry, my interwebs are an issue. Any day now, Jelly Rock. Why is the video not playing? Okay. Can we get the video to play, maybe? No? Not gonna happen? Sorry, folks. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, you saw the rock being weird earlier in this video. It gets even stranger and more dysfunctional as it goes along. So there was one other texture I just wanted to show off here right outside of these doors. It's just like an unfinished or unloaded texture. I think this game is having some kind of caching problem, maybe. There's some kind of issue happening with hard drives on the PS4. You can see here this texture, as I approach this door, is not loaded in properly. It's not finished. It's not high res. It's not working. So I don't know what's going on with half of the textures and half of the game world objects, but they're clearly not functioning properly. This is not working. So you can see this rock texture is completely unloaded, not fully loaded in. It's even, I can even walk into it. So that tells me right there that like the game object, the objects in the game world are not working properly. There should be collision detection on that. Eventually it does resolve a little bit to a higher resolution eventually, but you can see the door texture there even is really bad. The Twitch machine got unplugged. Oh, okay, well. But then, okay, so one moment, please. My internet's just being weird right now. But then you get to moments in Just Cause 4 like this, with this airplane where you fly out of this cave, and it's pretty incredible, right? It's like a pretty solid open world, kind of really expansive and cool moment when you kind of soar out of this cave in an airplane. I really enjoyed that moment. Like right here, this is great. Good work. I like this. Despite the horribly anti-aliased lines everywhere in this game, like please, God, like lower the frickin' resolution and put some aliasing in. I would much rather have a lower resolution than aliasing than frickin' jagging everywhere. But like this moment was really cool, you know, like you fly out and you're just like hovering over the world and you can see pretty far, good draw distance, things look good, zoomed out, great. But when you get close up, you start to see a lot of the flaws of this game, and I just feel like that was not addressed. It was not, I didn't know that. Like I'm looking at the videos, I was like, wow, they've really improved the graphics of this game over Just Cause 3 significantly, but that is not the case. This game does not look good. It needs some patches, it needs some fixes, at least a statement from Square Enix to let us know they're working on fixing some of this stuff. And it kind of reminds me that I forgot how bad Just Cause 3 was when that game came out, and how like the frame rate went down to like literally unplayable at times when you were trying to do things. I forgot about that because I remember what I do remember about Just Cause 3 is having a ton of fun with it, but I had to look past a lot of those graphical flaws. So I'm trying to do the same thing here. But I just basically want everyone to know what they're getting into, because I did not. When I was looking at promo videos for this game, when I was researching it, whether or not I wanted to really dive in and buy it, I just feel like I was very misled by what this game had to offer, and that's the point that I'm upset about. Like I said, I can deal with, you know, not the best graphics. I can deal with texture, object pop in, I can deal with draw distance stuff. What I can't deal with is false advertising and faking people out and rushing to meet a deadline so you can meet some sort of ridiculous profit margin that shouldn't even exist. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Another update just to give everyone some more, you know, material to chew on. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and yeah, I'll see you around. Thanks for all the comments, by the way, on the first video. It was a really great discussion there, and all the views and stuff. So I really appreciate it, and I will see you in future videos. Rico! Oh wait, this part's actually pretty funny. I tried to like salvage my plane, and I ended up blowing it up. That's what I'm talking about though with this game. Stuff like this is hilarious. Like that's why this game is great. Here I am, I'm like, all right, maybe I can get my plane out of the water by tethering it and using like the reverse tether engine to like pull it out. I was like, perfect, this is working great. I did it. I got my plane, guys. I've saved it. I jumped out of it. I crashed it in the water. It's still okay. It's still working. I'm pulling it out. I'm like, is this working or not? I'm like, whoa, there it is. It's working. This is totally going to work. And then I drag it up and it immediately blows up. And I'm like, oh, great. Just Cause 4. Game of the year.